Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Hal and Mary have arrived at the table. So we can begin. I want to make sure that both of the Democrats here tonight feel welcome. I voted for a Democrat once. The hives only lasted for a year. I probably would had to have had that surgery anyway. And my dad has stopped appearing in my dreams saying, "What were you thinking?" Voting for a Democrat won't kill you. It also won't get you asked to be the Queen of Exarban. For those of you who are counting, this is the 59th consecutive year. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask Boys Town Executive Director and Head Cowboy, he has the hat and the boots to prove it, to come forward. Father Steve Boes will add to what has already been an interesting week by offering our invocation this evening. Father Boes.
The scriptures are full of references to making merry. In Job 21, it says, "They sing to the accompaniment of tambourine and harp and make merry to the sound of the flute." In Proverbs 15, it says, "A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, and he that is of a merry heart hath a continual feast." In Luke 15, the prodigal father, welcoming back his son, said, "For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He is lost and is found." And they began to make merry. So let us pray. God of all creation, give us a merry heart and help us to make merry, especially with our beloved elders. Let us sing the songs of their youth and lift their spirits, just as their smiles lift ours. Let their voices be a continual feast in celebration of life at every age. Bless our food and the hands that prepared and served it. Bless us to your use. Amen.
Thank you, Father. And now I would like to introduce another Executive Director, Sandy Lemke, Executive Director of Merrymakers.
Thank you, Mary. Good evening, everyone. I am Sandy Lemke, the Executive Director of the Merrymakers Association. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming and supporting our event. It means a lot to us and the seniors we serve. We are here tonight to continue the Merrymakers Association's tradition of bringing our loyal supporters together to honor an outstanding individual in the community. Tonight, Hal Daub joins our distinguished group of honorees, and it is without question this recognition is highly deserved. His list of accomplishments is so long, we had to add extra pages to the program. So let's all raise our glasses in a toast to Hal for his lifelong dedication to the community. Again, I want to thank you all for coming tonight. And I would like to recognize just a few individuals, starting with the elected officials in attendance. The Honorable Pete Ricketts, Governor of the State of Nebraska. The Honorable E. Benjamin Nelson, former Governor of the State of Nebraska and U.S. Senator. And on a personal note, he's an Eagle Scout, as is Hal Daub, our honoree. The Honorable Dave Heineman, former governor of the state of Nebraska. The Honorable Don Bacon, United States Representative for Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District. The Honorable Hal Daub, former United States Representative for Nebraska's 2nd Congressional District, former mayor of the city of Omaha, and current regent for the University of Nebraska. The Honorable Jean Stothert, mayor of the city of Omaha. The Honorable David Black, mayor of the city of Papillion. And the Honorable Jim Smith, Nebraska State Senator from Papillion. So I'd also like to pay special recognition to the Merrymakers Association Board of Directors. Several of these individuals have spent many years serving on our board. They each contribute their own special talents to our board, and I'd like them all to stand up as I say their name. Here tonight from our board President David Mayer from Dvorak Law Group. Board Treasurer Gary Grote from Bridgepoint Merchant Banking. Bill Cutler III from Heafy, Hoffman, Dwork, and Cutler Mortuaries. Harlan Falk from Great Western Bank. Pete Hanley from the Silverstone Group. Steve Patterson from Nelson, Van Denberg and Campbell Wealth Management Group. And Craig Pullman from TSA Manufacturing. Thank you, directors, for all you do. The Merrymakers has been roasting and toasting outstanding individuals since 1991. A complete list is in the back of your program. So I would like to recognize all the former honorees in attendance this evening. Here tonight are Mary Maxwell, our Emcee, John Nelson from the Silverstone Group, Cindy Peacock from the Methodist Hospital Foundation, Ben Nelson, our first honoree, and also here tonight is the Simmons family, representing former board member and honoree Mike Simmons. Thank you to all the former honorees for coming tonight. So I'd also like to recognize my hardworking committee, led by Chairwoman Jill Panzer. Joining Jill on the committee were Amy Freshman, Tom Kerr, Amy Deerdorf, Cindy Hanley, Sally Stahlnacher, Mary Jo Langdon, Sandy Parker, and Mary Daub. Many thanks to all these volunteers. So in addition to the generous donations we receive from individuals and corporations, Merrymakers receives grants from various foundations. We are very thankful to our grant writer, Natalie Simmons, and her company, Dotted Eye Writing Services. Natalie does an extraordinary job in seeking out funding opportunities for Merrymakers. Thank you, Natalie. I would also like to recognize our Central Iowa Program Director, Marcia Martin. So I've mentioned a few individuals, but I would just also like to say thank you for everyone in this room. We are here to toast Hal, and we are here for the seniors. Merrymakers serve seniors in 140 facilities with professional musical entertainment every month. If you are new to Merrymakers, we are one of the most affordable nonprofit donations you can make in terms of your dollars making a direct difference. The seniors we serve enjoy the music tremendously. What we do at Merrymakers matters to thousands of seniors all across Nebraska and in western and central Iowa. They count on us every year to keep the program going. I also want to mention we have a growing waiting list of facilities who would like to have our musicians perform there. So please consider a generous donation during tonight's oral auction. So now I would like to introduce a special guest to help us toast Hal. He and his wife are longtime tremendous supporters of the Merrymakers Association. Everyone, please join me in welcoming our Governor, Pete Ricketts, to the podium.
Well, thank you very much, Sandy. And thank you all very much for being here this evening. It's great to see the mayor, our Congressman Don Bacon, Governor Heineman, Governor Nelson, and all the other elected officials and all the great people here tonight. Thank you very much for supporting Merrymakers. I will attempt to keep my remarks brief tonight, as brief as Hal Daub's floor speeches on the floor of Congress. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that you're supporting Merrymakers. It's a great organization, and it is improving the quality of life of our seniors here in the Omaha area. And as we know, there's a greater and greater demand of that, as Sandy was talking about. So your dollars really do make a difference in the quality of life of our seniors here in the state. And Merrymakers also represents that great voluntary organization and how much they mean to the fabric of our civil society, because when you're a part of this, you're really strengthening what goes on here in our society. It's one of the strengths of our system here in America, and it has been since our founding, really. So you're really demonstrating that great spirit of America by being a part of these voluntary organizations that take up causes and improve the lives of people in our communities. So thank you very much. And of course, we're here tonight to recognize the great work of Hal Daub. Now, we all know that Hal has been involved in the community for a long time. And he has been involved in a number of different roles. As his time in Congress, he sat on the very important Ways and Means Committee and helped make the Reagan tax cut program possible. As mayor of our city, he promoted Omaha, helped with the riverfront development, and really helped Omaha become nationally recognized for a great place to do business and raise a family. As regent, let's just say as regent, Hal, we still got some more work to do on the football team, okay? But he continues to give back to the community. And of course, Hal and Mary have been deeply involved in a number of organizations that have benefited our community. They have been sat on or been a part of the boards or contributed to numerous organizations like the American Heart Association, the American Diabetes Association, Boy Scouts, Essential Pregnancy Services, and as Sandy said, the list goes on and on. It's a very long list. They have been tremendously giving in our community. And of course, it really wouldn't be talking about Hal if we didn't talk about the best thing about Hal, which is actually Mary. But don't feel bad, Hal. We all marry up. And of course, we know what a great contribution Mary has made to the community as well. So thank you very much, Mary, for your contribution to Omaha and putting up with Hal while we put up with Hal. So it really is, Hal and Mary really are a great example of civic involvement and engagement, of people giving back to the community, and Merrymakers couldn't have recognized a better person tonight to help celebrate. And before I do the final toast, I do want to recognize the Simmons family. Mike Simmons was a friend of mine, and again, one of the people who got me involved in Merrymakers. And we're just grateful to all the work he did around our community and his involvement not only with Merrymakers, but a number of organizations. Mike was one of the most generous people that I can think of. And it's great that we've still got the Simmons family involved here tonight. So with that, please join me in a toast to Hal Daub for all his great contributions to our city, state, and country. God bless you, Hal. You are our example of a great American. Cheers. All right, Sandy, who's next?
Thank you, Governor. Everybody enjoy your dinner.
As I said earlier, I want to make sure that both of the Democrats here tonight feel welcome. I voted for a Democrat once. The hives lasted for a year. Probably would have had to have that surgery anyway. And my dad has stopped appearing in my dreams saying, "What were you thinking?" Now, before we begin the toasts, we want to recognize tonight's platinum sponsors, Jack and Dr. Stephanie Koroleski, the Parker Family Foundation. Sandy and Dave have been on board from the beginning. And of course, the Simmons Family Foundation. And the Hal Pacino ad in the program is nothing short of inspired. Vetter Health Services. Who knows better what Merrymakers means to their clientele? Thank you to these and some other anonymous platinum sponsors. And a special welcome to the Daub neighbors who have a table here tonight and who have formed an ad hoc committee. It's a neighborhood watch committee to protect each other when Hal gets out the lawnmower. Well, it's time to go to hell. Here's the thing. When Governor Heineman was in office, he used to preface a lot of his remarks with, "Let us do this," and "Let us do that." And so in my mind, I got to thinking of him as Governor Lettuce. So here we are tonight with bacon, lettuce, and a tomato. And I think this explains why I normally don't drink during the day. Anyway, please remember that this is not a town hall meeting. Shouters and hecklers will be promptly removed. And please welcome now the B in our BLT, Congressman Don Bacon.
Well, it's so good to be out of Washington. I landed at 6 o'clock. We came straight here, and I'm also very grateful this is not a town hall. So no throwing stuff, please. But first of all, what a great cause tonight, and to support this great effort. So thank you for being here and supporting, and also what a great opportunity to honor a great couple and the Daub couple here. So we just want to take time and do that and have a good time. And I want to thank Mary here too. I've enjoyed getting to know her family, and I know they're very proud of their mom, and I know she's very proud of her family, and it's wonderful. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for this opportunity to honor an Eagle Scout, a congressman, a mayor of Omaha, and other realms, a regent, national committeeman, defender and protector of the Republican faith, holder of the sacred hair, H-A-I-R, and the foil of the Democrat Party, Hal Daub. He's the only person who has held as many titles as the sovereign of the United Kingdom. And Hal, did I miss any titles? We'll talk about it later. Now, what can I say about Hal that Hal hasn't already said about Hal? There's no way to compute the raw energy that he has, the vision, the enthusiasm, the work ethic, and the confidence that he carries. I was surprised when looking at his old yearbook. I went to his high school down at Benson High, and I asked for the yearbook for his graduating class. And I found a picture of Hal, the same haircut, hasn't changed. And he was voted by his class as the most quiet and most introspective person of his class. The senior who saw the ambiguity in every issue. Obviously, fake news was already running amok last century in Omaha. When I was a second lieutenant stationed at Offutt, Hal was our second district congressman. I was a political science major who had interned in Congress, so I watched with admiration. When I came back to Offutt as a major, Hal was the mayor of Omaha. And the guy had pitch dark hair, so I initially thought it was the son of Congressman Daub. Then I came back to Offutt again as a brigadier general, and Hal was a regent. I almost did not retire because I wanted to come back a fourth time just to see what Hal would be doing next. When I first talked to Hal about running for Congress, and this is about 2 years ago, he told me that people will ask me at some point, assuming I was going to win, should you be called general or congressman? So Hal told me, Don, just say this, just please call me Don. So that was his advice to me 2 years ago. Well, about 2 months ago, I was with Hal and Mary, and someone came up to me and they go, hey, should we call you general or congressman? And this is a true story. And I said, well, please just call me Don. And Hal looked at me and he goes, that's one of the most brilliant things I've ever heard you say. That is a true story. So if you follow Hal's advice, he thinks you're brilliant. Hal served 8 years in the House. Just imagine where we might be today if Hal was still in Congress. I bet he'd been the chairman of multiple committees. He'd be the majority leader. He'd be the speaker, and perhaps all simultaneously. He never takes no for an answer, and the word impossible is not in his vocabulary. Now, if Hal was still in Washington, Buzz Aldrin would be on Mars already. Obamacare would have been repealed before it was even passed. Reagan would have been on Mount Rushmore, and we would have a trolley train between here and D.C. And if he was still the mayor, he would have reorganized Omaha so that it would have annexed the rest of Nebraska and the western half of Iowa. Now, Obama thought that his presidency would lead to a moment when oceans would begin to calm and the planet would begin to heal. However, only Hal and Moses could actually get something like that done. Now, people talk all the time about the incredible feats of Chuck Norris. However, Chuck can't hold a candle to Hal Daub. Mother Nature challenged Hal in the December of 1997 with a crippling snowstorm. And Hal won, and the Mother Nature has collapsed in every rematch, worse than if Bill Callahan was still coaching. Now, of course, I also must thank Hal for being a great mentor to many people on our staff, to include our Chief of Staff, Mark Dreiling. Hal was one of the key leaders who inspired Mark to take on, to become an Eagle Scout. He was also someone who inspired Mark to join the military. And of course, many people know of Mark's adversarial nature with brevity, for those who know Mark Dreiling. Something he obviously didn't learn from Hal. This week, we were able to pass our bill in the House for Gold Star families. Mark went door to door getting co-sponsors for all these bills, and he was so persistent that many of them just signed to kick him out of the office. And I think Hal taught him that technique. Now, in the Air Force, when you have a star performer, we do annual evaluations. We stratify people. If you have 50 captains, you would maybe take your top 1 or 2 and you put in their annual report, our number 1 of 50 or number 2 of 50. Or you'd say our top 1%. But tonight I will tell you with certitude that Hal is not the top 1%. He is the top 0.001%, our 1 in a million. And we're proud of you. Winston Churchill once said, "We make a living by what we get, and we make a life by what we give." When you look at what Hal has given our community and nation, what an immeasurable positive impact he's had on so many. He's had a huge life, and it's getting biglier. I'm working on it. Alexis de Tocqueville also said that the strength of America is our civic engagement. Hal has given his very best and his very all, and he's the living embodiment of civic engagement. Our country, our state, and our city are better because of Hal. And tonight, I just want to say, I raise a toast to my good friend and a hero, Hal Daub. Here's to you. So a toast to our good friend, Hal Daub. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Congressman Bacon. Jean Stothert came to the mayor's office, a wife and mother of a beautiful family, the possessor of strong conservative values, and a wardrobe right out of Vogue that continues to knock our socks off. I mean, how many of our mayors have owned 67 pairs of high heels? That was a hypothetical question. I don't think Mike Fahey or Jim Suttle had more than 3 pairs between them. Please welcome Dr. Joe's wife, Mayor Jean Stothert.
Good evening, everyone. Mary, thank you. You are certainly a tough act to follow. Your eulogies are always perfect. And it's good to see so many friends that are here tonight. And it's good to have this celebration in downtown, a place that wouldn't be anything like it is today without Hal's leadership and the action that he took when he was mayor. Mary Daub, it's always great to see you, and it's good to see you too, Hal. And it's good to see that your lone white dress shirt, that you're wearing it again. Boy, that shirt gets a lot of work out, doesn't it? You know, you all think Hal has this big closet full of starch white dress shirts, and it gets recycled a lot. But this tribute to honor Hal Daub is well-deserved. And thanks to the Merrymakers for agreeing to do it when Hal suggested it. Of course, I consider Hal a mentor, and I do see him a lot. He has a client list that makes Paul Manafort jealous. And Hal is in the mayor's office a lot on behalf of his clients. A lot. But I kind of like it, because on occasion he lets me sit in the mayor's chair. And sometimes I get to use the mayor's desk. The only bad part is when my staff says, Mayor, there's a call on line 2, Hal knocks me over to answer the phone. As we know, one of Hal's best qualities, though, is he's tenacious. But he can be stern and serious, too. Kind of like Mary Maxwell without humor. We also know that Hal is outgoing and very, very successful. Just think, the year was 1980, 37 years ago, when Hal was first elected to Congress. 37 years ago. That was a long time ago. The internet didn't exist. Reagan had not yet served as president. And Mary Maxwell just qualified for her first monthly Social Security check. And Hal is still an elected official today. Well, that's staying power. Actually, Hal could have served many more years as mayor if it wasn't for one thing, and that's that 51% voting block, Hal. That's a tough one. But there's something that I have never mentioned since I took over as mayor. I found items in the mayor's office that were left by Hal, probably by mistake, in a drawer in the big desk, the mayor's desk. So there was a file marked important work to do, a file obviously ignored by the 2 Democrat mayors that followed Hal. But anyway, in this file are handwritten notes from Hal to himself that he would read when making big decisions, or if he didn't have an opinion on anything, like that ever happened. But here's just a few of the advice cards that I found written by Hal that he referred to from time to time in the mayor's desk. First, note to self, when hosting a tough meeting in the office, remember, others can't have a better idea than you if you never let them speak. Another one, always call John Gottschalk for his opinion and then do the opposite. Another one, never under any circumstances criticize any member of the Nebraska Husker football team. Oh, we kind of forgot about that one, didn't we, Hal? To really impress when speaking at a noon service club, such as a Rotary or a Kiwanis club, I should continue speaking until at least half the room has up and left to go back to their jobs. Anyway, those are some of the best ones I read. You know, I would have not missed this night for anything. Just think, over 30 minutes of people speaking about Hal with him in the room, and he doesn't say anything. But you know, we'll all pay for it as Hal gets the last word tonight. Imagine that, Hal having the last word. Okay, so I'm going to get serious as I close. I too would like to propose a toast to Hal Daub. Hal and Mary, you two are the most kind-hearted, hard-working promoters of Omaha and Nebraska that this state has ever seen or ever will see. Hal has helped so many people in so many ways, friends, the disadvantaged, our youth, and even strangers. He has helped in so many different ways, and we don't even know most of the ways that he has helped. Why? Because it's not why he does it. He does it for the right reasons, and that's to be a leader of the people, their futures, their hearts, Hal's unique calling on earth. So with that, raise your glasses, and here is to Hal Daub, a visionary, a mentor, a leader, and a friend whose contributions to our city and our state will last forever. Cheers. All right. And thank you all for being here tonight. Thanks, Mary.
Thank you, Mayor Stothert. That was awesome. We turn now to former Governor Dave Heineman. The Honorable Dave Heineman brought style and grace to the governor's mansion. Her name was Sally Ganem. I don't know of another state that has had such a history of gifted and charming first ladies. Are our governors lucky or what? Please welcome former Governor Dave Heineman.
was just telling Mary, I appreciate that, and I'll convey those to Sally. She wanted to be here tonight, but hasn't been feeling very well in the last couple of days. Let me start tonight just by congratulating and thanking the Merrymakers Association for bringing fun, laughter, and entertainment to the elderly in senior living facilities throughout the area. You do an incredible job, and Nebraskans really appreciate it. Absolutely. Tonight, we're here to recognize and honor Hal Daub for his outstanding public service career. Hal and I were kind of kidding each other, with maybe the exception of his wife. I think I've probably known Hal longer than most people in this room. So let me take you back a little bit. Sally and I were very fortunate to get to know Hal a long time ago. In fact, it was Labor Day 1976, and I had gone down to the Republican headquarters because I wanted to get involved in politics, and I really didn't know how to do that. And there was a meeting that night, and Hal said, well, you just come to the meeting tonight, and I'll help you out, and we'll get moving forward. So we finished the meeting, and Hal says, why don't you join me next door at the restaurant? I would like to introduce you to some beautiful Republican young women. And I told Hal, well, that's not the involvement I'm looking for. I want to get involved in politics. I met Sally that night. This was Labor Day. We were engaged by Thanksgiving, and we got married the following May on the Saturday before Mother's Day to honor our mothers. So for Sally and me, Hal was a great matchmaker. Now, I know that is something no one in this room ever thought that Hal would be good at, but he was. Now, I'm going to be nicer than the other two. You know, I've known Hal a long time, and he thinks he's getting the last word tonight, but I've got something to announce on that too. But I want to share a couple of humorous things with you about Hal. And I suspect most of you will recognize him the way I do. Hal is mild-mannered. Hal is non-controversial. In fact, he's conflict-averse. But most of all, and a couple speakers have alluded to this, Hal is known for his short speeches. So I'm very proud to announce tonight that right before I came up here, Hal told me that he was going to forego speaking tonight, that he wasn't going to come up here and talk, because that's the only way that we would get out of here on time. Now, on a more serious note, and like I say, Hal and I go back a long way. We've been friends for a long time. Let me describe the Hal Daub that we've all worked with in this room and what he's done for this state, for Omaha, and for the country. Hal Daub is smart, he's hardworking, he's innovative, resourceful, a visionary, and a leader. While others talk, Hal Daub gets things done. I served as his chief of staff when he was in Congress. I've seen him in action with President Reagan, Speaker Tip O'Neill, and the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee as they passed the Tax Reform Act of 1986. It was amazing to watch what Hal did to make sure that bill would get passed. And there are a few stories I could tell about that tonight, but they're not repeatable in this mixed audience, so I won't say what the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee had to say occasionally. And think, as mayor of Omaha, and Mayor Stothert already talked a little bit about this, but Hal demonstrated he was a visionary leader when he fought for the riverfront development from Epley Airfield to downtown Omaha. You know, we all take that for granted now. But Hal was out there leading it when it wasn't popular. He supported the revitalization of downtown Omaha, and look at where we're at today with what's happened with the Union Pacific, the Omaha World Herald, the First National Bank, and so many others. From the Stockyards development in South Omaha to the Ruska Federal Building to the West Dodge Expressway, Hal Daub had the vision to grow Omaha and the leadership to get it done. And he did this while he continued to lower taxes. Now he continues his public service career as a member of the Board of Regents, where he's focused on providing students a great opportunity to attain a college degree. But as Governor Ricketts alluded to earlier, I'm also supposed to announce tonight that Hal Daub is the chairman of the committee to find a new football coach. See, that's why we're not going to give Hal a chance to respond tonight. Congressman, mayor, a member of the Board of Regents, Hal Daub has made an extraordinarily positive impact on Omaha, the state of Nebraska, and the United States of America. Hal, congratulations. We're proud of you, and thank you for your public service career. All right, man.
Thank you, Governor Heineman. Now here's the thing. I have been a fan of Hal Daub since forever. Mary Daub and I have been friends for more years than I can count. Except for that unfortunate hairstyle that Hal came back with after Mary and Hal's honeymoon trip to Europe that made him look like a cross between Eddie Munster and the vampire that ate Council Bluffs. I have been in sync with what he has tried to do. So without further ado, here he is, singer of ballads, player of softball, and could be on Dancing with the Stars if he wasn't so busy. The man of the hour, Hal Daub.
Yeah. Actually, Mary, I'm so surprised that you were so easy on me tonight. You're one of the few in the room that knows a little bit more about me, maybe than Dave Heineman does. Some of you heard me say tonight to you each, and hopefully personally, that I had trepidation about this event, but as the event drew to this point, a conversation that maybe I shouldn't show up. Set your watches because this will be a really short speech. I want to tell you a story. How many of you in this room, and please raise your hands, knew a gentleman by the name of Jim Johnson? I see a few hands. Maybe the hands in the air are entertainers who are stipend from the generosity of our support each and every year to Merrymakers. They entertain the frail, the elderly, the infirm in assisted living, in skilled nursing facilities, in western Iowa and eastern Nebraska. The purpose, that's 26 years for Merrymakers. Jim Johnson was my friend. I was on his board. He was the executive director of the Nebraska American Heart Association affiliate in those days, and then ultimately took a great interest in an organization called CHAD, which is now the Nebraska Community Health Charities Association, the umbrella where United Way has the social service agencies in an umbrella for our community and its betterment, the health service agencies. some 20 plus of them. So if you knew Jim, he was a one-man band. He had the drum on his back. You ever seen the guy with the little, and he could do that, and he had the harmonica here, and he had the hat and the cymbals. And his joy as a personal thing was to go to nursing homes and to bring merriment to those shut-ins and those folks that were in their twilight years, disabled, infirm, elderly, to give them joy in their lives at their lunches and in their afternoon sessions in nursing homes across this part of our country. It was that inspiration that created Merrymakers. Jim passed away, was up on a roof, screwing around with putting up Christmas decorations, fell off the roof, broke his neck, and passed away. But is the reason why we're all here tonight. Because he, as a volunteer, and encouraged many others of his friends who could sing and dance and bring joy without any need for attribution or recognition or acknowledgement. And so you're doing the same thing here tonight in Jim's memory and in support of the 27 years of the tradition and history of Merrymakers, for which Mary and I are grateful. Thousands and thousands of shut-ins, thousands and thousands of people who are in their twilight years are benefiting from the commitment that each of you are making here tonight to continue to support Merrymakers. And so I promised Mary tonight that on the way here tonight, I was not going to make too many comments about those who had other comments to make about me tonight. I was affected, but I do not feel afflicted by the offensive comments that they make. And I promised each of you that I will not hold those comments against you in my future relationships with you, for what difference that would make. But I can tell you that by making the sacrifice of your financial contribution and or your spending your evening together with all of us here, you recognize the important work that Merrymakers does. And that's why we're here tonight, and that's why Mary and I appreciate each of you for making that commitment. Governor, it is a tough life that you lead. I have great appreciation for it. Never aspired to be one, but I've always admired those of you who take that leadership for our state. And I say the same thing, if you permit me to say that, for Dave Heineman, your predecessor, in a very difficult job. And when the governor of our state syncs with our university system, those are those two systems that I think help make our state prosper and engage in developing a brighter future for us. And so I appreciate, Pete, what you do for our state, and I really appreciate you spending some time here with us tonight. I'm very concerned, Congressman Bacon, about you being here when you should be in Washington voting. And so I'm a little concerned about this. Is Thursday, and I hope you're not missing any votes. And Mark Dreiling, I know you're here tonight. I love you, man. And I thought the speech you wrote for him was terrific. So, I'd give him some credit. I know you mentioned his name, but I want to make sure that the audience knows why you mentioned his name. Because I know that's what Dave Heineman did for me for so many years when I had the privilege of serving in the House. And so, Don, thank you. Angie, thanks, both of you, for being here tonight, and we appreciate it and appreciate your public service. I had some notes here about what you said about me, but it was fake news, so I don't know where you got all that stuff, so I figure I should blame Mark and not you, so I will. And Mayor Stothert, Mr. Stothert, I've always wondered what it's like. And I've asked my wife what it's like to be the mayor of somebody that sort of like gets sometimes some billings on the marquee and all. So, Doctor, you have one hell of a great wife. Jean, the comments you made about me were a little less than attractive from my point of view. I need to figure out whether I should I hope that you feel prospered by the community that you lead, and we all are so very honored and privileged to have your leadership. Don't change. Don't change. Dave, you know, you could have told some other stories tonight, because we fought a lot of battles together, not just back in those days. And it was great because, you know, Sally Ganneman, South High School graduate, was Miss North Carolina YR Miss Nebraska, Miss North Carolina when she was in school. Gorgeous woman. I don't know what she ever saw in you. I mean, I couldn't figure it out. And that was a true story that you told tonight. So I've had some matchmakers in my life. Mary and I know we had that same opportunity to have some friends bring us together. And what a great marriage the two of you have had, and what a great marriage the citizens of Nebraska have had with your leadership and your support, and you're continuing to be involved in the life of our state, and we salute you and we appreciate it. Thank you all for coming. Good night.
Thank you, Hal, for being such a good sport and for concluding your remarks on the same calendar day that you began them. I'm in a state of shock. You thought that would help, did you? Now, will you please enjoy this video about Merrymakers, which we hope will inspire you to do great things in the Adopt a Home auction and the artwork auction. Here's the video.
Welcome to Notre Dame Housing in the Florence area of North Omaha, Nebraska. It is one of 140 senior facilities served by the Merrymakers Association, a nonprofit that provides monthly professional musical entertainment to seniors. The performances at Notre Dame Housing are sponsored by a grant from the Gary and Mary West Foundation. The Merrymakers Association thanks you for your support. We cannot provide the music without your generous donations.
Like me, being able to get out of the apartment or something to live for every month and enjoy. It's just natural for them to have the Merrymakers here.
Music is definitely a friend to them because they, you know, aging is difficult and aging can be painful, and all I want to do during my entire performance is to give them joy and to give them a sense of peace.
I think it brings people alive. It reminds them of past, present, and I just think music is the wonderful thing in the world.
When I see their reactions of, she's singing my music, their face lights up and they'll all of a sudden start singing along with me. I love that. I make that connection. I make that eye contact and almost encourage them, yeah, sing along with me. So it's fun.
Yes, I look forward to it every month. We have calendars, and I mark the things I want to see, and Merrymakers is one that I put a double line under. So
Like I have my own backup singer here, and the melody goes, just kiss me once, then kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time.
It's like a big family, and Merrymakers is part of that family. I enjoy music tremendously, always have.
So many residents come up to me after and say, wow, you've really sparked a memory, and you took me back. You took me down memory lane. Having that opportunity for them to sing with me and not just be an audience member makes such difference in their enjoyment.
Conducting the auction will be Scott Moore, husband of Wendy, father of, I think it's 17 children, and son of my friend, Diane Warren. It is our wish that you leave tonight with good thoughts and no money. And I know you will respond positively to Scott during the auction. I should warn you that his mother is a lovely lady, but she has a right cross that could hurt you if she feels the bidding is slowing down. Please welcome my pal, Scott Moore. Go get him. Go get him, sweetie.
You know, I've noticed this glass of liquid up here with the thing of lipstick. And hey, Mary, here's your vodka. Oh, come on, that was funny. How's everybody doing tonight? Awesome. Well, we have one auction item, and then after that, just everyone gives me their money. And we'll go through that. You just donate directly to Merrymakers. I do want to make sure everyone has their bid numbers ready. The bid number on the table correlates with your name tag number. So mine is 1 something something. I don't need anyone to raise it. And on the back is a ballot card. And we'll wait to tell you the increment that you want. But if you do want more information on Merrymakers, there's an address, email, if you want an email from them. Go ahead and fill that out. And really, that's about it. Just make sure I see you bid and make sure you raise it really high when you want to participate. And without any further ado, let's get on with the very only auction item. And I think Tom Kerr, where is Tom? Everyone, Tom Kerr, one of the most incredible artists we have here in the Midwest. This caricature of watercolor painted by Tom Kerr, our special toasty Hal Daub just never seems to stop running. On the platform, he is surrounded by his faithful followers. On the far left, U.S. Congressman Don Bacon. That was a joke, by the way, Don, I'm sorry. With a worried look. Meanwhile, Dave Heineman continues his audition for the movie Big. On Hal's left, is the most adoring fan, Mary Daub. There is a perky pachyderm and mayor tweeting Jean Stothert. And of course, Lady Liberty, Mary Maxwell, continues to be the beacon of hope that she may one day be Queen of Exarban. All right. So, who'd like to start with this caricature? It'd go well in any kid's bedroom. $1,000. How about 500? Who starts 5? 5 now, 1,000. Who bid 1,000? Anyone? $1,000. I'm at 500. 1,000 now, 1,500. Who bid 15? I'm at 1,000 over here. Bid 15. Go 15. Anyone? 1,500. I'm at 1,000 now, 15. Mary's like, okay, I'll 1,500. Now $2,000. Go 2 here. 2,000 now, 25. Go 2,500. Should I tell you who's bidding against you? No, Rod's saying no, don't, no. No, it's not. Where is Russell, by the way? He's around here somewhere. There, you point everyone knows where Russ is. I'm at 2,000 now, 25. Go 2,500. 2,025. Anyone 25? Is Russ here? Does he want to bid? Let's go great at your place in California. I'm at 2,000. I'll go 2,100. I'm at 2,000. Bid 2,100 once. 21, now 22, bid 2. 22, now 23, bid 3, now 4, now 2,400. I'm at 23, now 24, go 4, here 4, bid $2,400. I'm at 23, now 24. You guys are out. I'm in over here at 2,300, bid 2,400 once. 24, now 25, bid 5, here 5, bid 2,500. Was that a bid? Okay, you're just waving. All right. 24, now 25, here 5 at 5, bid 5 once. I'm at 24, bid 25 twice. 25, now 26. 26, now 27. Bid 7, here goes 27. I'm at 26, now 27. You're in over here, now 2,700. I'm at 26, bid $2,700 once. 26, bid $2,700 twice. We could probably put it in the new spending package for this year for the Soldier Way. $2,600, right? Thank you so much. What is your bid number? 150 for $2,600. Thank you all so very much. I'm going to write that down. Now is the time that all you have to do is give direct to Merrymakers. This is the Adopt a Home portion. Merrymakers currently serves 140 facilities in Nebraska and Iowa. Merrymakers counts on the funds raised during this auction to support its annual budget. In addition to the normal budget, Merrymakers currently has 21 nursing homes and facilities on their wait list. This is an all-time high. With your help, we can immediately reduce the numbers of seniors waiting for entertainment in their facilities. We hope that you will be generous tonight for our community's senior citizens. The cost to provide music to one facility is $2,500 a year. When you support Merrymakers, you're not only supporting seniors, you are supporting live music, culture, and art. Merrymakers employs 20 professional musicians. They play music geared towards the seniors age group and sparks fond memories, as you noticed in the video. Funds raised at this auction go directly to support Merrymakers' mission, and that mission is Merrymakers improves the quality of life for seniors by encouraging active participation, increasing social interaction, and sparking memories through professional entertainment. So, at this time, we're going to go through and just raise your number. You can fill out the back too if you would like, but who right now would like to donate $1 million? I learned that from Jean Spence. Jean's over there. With all kidding aside, who would like to donate $12,500? That sponsors 5 facilities for 1 year. Oh, and by the way, the large table, Lynn, thank you so much. 128 for $12,500. And everyone gets champagne that donates at the high level, so do we have anyone else who would like to match that $12,500? Were you? Oh, I thought you were pointing. Whoa! Anyone else for $12,500? Let's put it this way. Anyone else like some champagne for $12,500? And the confetti shooter. Yeah. How about $10,000? $10,000 sponsors 4 facilities, and you also get a champagne toast. Anyone for $10,000? Oh, there we go. Thank you so much, Jack. Thank you. 157 for $10,000. Give us a little warning on that little pop thing when you shoot it off, please. Appreciate it. Anyone else want to match that $10,000? We better wait for the pop and the champagne. You got it right there? Go count to 3. No, go over closer to, yeah. And then count to 3 so we can all plug our ears or turn our hearing aids down. There we go. Oh, that wasn't as loud as the other one. All right, how about $5,000? Who wants to donate right now $5,000? That sponsors 2 facilities, and you also get a champagne toast for $5,000. Once again, who wants some champagne for $5,000? Thank you very much, Pete. 1, 2, 3 for $5,000. Anyone want to match that $5,000? Anyone else for $5,000? I heard that, Jean. We'll just continue on. How about $2,500? That's one full year of Merrymakers music for one facility. How many people can get for $2,500? I have 206 for 25, 212 for 2,500, 150. Thank you so much. 112 for 2,500, 190 for $2,500. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Anyone else for $2,500? Oh, God. Ooh. You're supposed to warn us. How about $1,000? How many people want to donate right now $1,000? Look at all the hands going up for $1,000. I have 109 for $1,000. I have 111 for $1,000. Hal, thank you so much. 120 for $1,000. 165 for $1,000. 242 for $1,000. Anyone else for $1,000? How about, where are we now? 500, I'm gonna guess. 500. Who wants to donate right now? $500. Gary's in. 126. Gordon, did you forget your bid number? 132 for $500. 291 for $500. Thank you so much. Who else for $500? Way in the back. Thank you. Is that my mom? All right, way to go, Mom. 218 for $500. I'm glad I brought you. Make me look good. 194 for $500. 154 for $500. Anyone else for $500? Raise them high. 146. Tim, thank you for $500. We have 2 levels left. Who would like to donate right now at $250? Oh, look at that. Thank you. 168 for $250. 162. Thank you very much, Ed. I appreciate it. Uh-oh. Watch that. $250. Anyone else for $250? Bob, thank you. 155 for $250. Way in the back, is that a 240? I did not bring my glasses, so I apologize. 238. And there's one way in the back. Oh, he put it in the thing already. Thank you so much. Anyone else for $250? 167 for $250. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, that's Ron. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. Anyone else for $250? And the last level of giving, who would like to donate right now? $100,000. 100,000? How about $100? Who wants to donate right now? $100. I see way in the back. Is that, you got to help me out because I can't see those numbers. 264, 151, 152, and 138. Oh, 290, 208, 282. What's that one? Oh, that's the one way in the back, 282. Thank you, sir. Oh, it's John Hoyt. Johnny, how are you doing? Good seeing you. 174 for $100. Bob Ames is in for 213. I can see about halfway there, and that's about it. Anyone else for $100? Whoa, 187 and 188. 187, 188. Anyone else for $100? Oh, look at them all over here. We're missing this one. 112, 144. They're putting them in the ballot. Oh, Cheryl, thank you. 262 for $100. 133, thank you, Mayor. 33, 134. I never asked, can you guys annex Omaha, or can Omaha annex you guys? Oh, just Gretna, okay. Good one, I like that one. Anyone else for $100? Raise your hand if you are a Benson bunny. Because I think we got a couple of bunnies in here. Look at them all. Oh, Rex, I didn't know you were a bunny. We'll talk later. Good seeing you. Thank you all so very much. Have a great night. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. This is one of the best crowds we've ever had. Everybody drive home safe and have a good night.